I have to tell you, it is absolutely beautiful here in Las Vegas ahead of the third presidential debate tomorrow evening. New Fox News polls out tonight. These new polls show Hillary Clinton maintaining her lead over Donald Trump. But Clinton's lead is under some pressure. She's leading Trump by 6 points, 45 to 39 in the four-way race. She was leading by 7 last week. In the head-to-head, Clinton has a 7-point advantage, 49-42. The good news for Trump comes from independent voters in the internals of this poll. Trump leading Clinton now by 7 points among independents, 38 to 31. And as I said, tomorrow night, the all-important third and final presidential debate. Joining us tonight, Washington Times online opinion editor, Fox News contributor Monica Crowley, and Washington Times staff writer Charlie Hurt. Both are Fox News contributors, and both are certainly welcome here in Las Vegas.
Hi,
Great
Lou.
to see you both.
You too.
Thanks for having us.
Monica, let's start with everything that Donald Trump has said about rigged. Is this magic coming true as we go into the final leg of this presidential campaign?
And that's been one of his core themes throughout this campaign that has really gotten enormous traction, even before we saw the WikiLeaks disclosures and before we got the latest report of the FBI documents that show that there was collusion to obstruct justice and that her team was being tipped off to the process of the FBI investigation. Bernie Sanders, during the Democratic primaries, he was also talking about the corrupt, rigged process. He got traction on the far left with that. So I think Americans of all ideological stripes understand that there is something rotten, not in the state of Denmark, but in the state of Washington, D.C.
You know, Charlie, I mean, they have the evidence in front of them now.
Right.
I mean, the O'Keefe tapes, the Project Veritas video. I mean, that is the most damning thing that one could imagine in terms of electoral fraud. And it is active. It is pervasive. At the same time, it follows by 2 weeks the work of the Pew Research folks. 18 million questionable registrations, 4 million arguably dead. I don't know how they're going to settle that argument. But the reality is we have got a mess on our hands. And people keep asking Donald Trump if he's going to honor the result of the election.
Yeah.
How can you? I have to be honest with you. I couldn't say that if I were in his place.
Yeah. And, you know, even as the media wrings its hands about this and they get so upset about him using this word rigged all the time, then you look over the other side of the newspaper and they're declaring that he's already lost the election.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't feed into this notion that it is rigged, I don't know what does. But the other thing that I think, you know, we've been talking about this for you know, a decade or more, talking about these, you know, voter ID laws, which Democrats strenuously oppose. And then we talk about their desire to drive illegal immigration into this country and turn them into voters. And so, you know, is it rigged? Is it not rigged? I don't know. I don't trust any of those people on that side on that issue because they've made it so clear that they want to change the electorate and take power away from the Americans.
You are two of the brightest journalists working in this country. Well, no, she's just half of that deal. Just that half of that deal. And as such, you're looking at the Pew Research material. You're looking at the report on 4 million people who are you know, dead, some irregularity in their registration. You're looking at the concerted effort on the part of this administration, taking in $30 million to register illegal immigrants, ostensibly. Is this rigged or is this not? And if that isn't enough evidence for the two of you, what would it take?
Can I just say, I worked for President Nixon during the last 4 years of his life. The 1960 election was pivotal in terms of the Democrats' efforts to steal a presidential election. President Nixon and I used to talk about this all the time. The voter fraud that the Democrats, on behalf of John F. Kennedy, carried out was extreme in Cook County.
But I'm asking you about in the context of the empirical evidence that's there.
Good at this over the last couple of decades, and now they have it down to an art and a science. So everything that you're seeing now is proof that they've gotten extraordinary at this.
Well, there's another way to look at this, Charlie, and that is that the Republicans are chumps. They're absolute stooges and haven't got the street smarts to get out of. I mean,
I didn't know that was even in question. That's a given in my mind. But I mean, no, I don't have any real particular faith in any of this because of the things that we see from, and you know the shenanigans that these Democrats have been very, very committed to, pulling
and the
off.
national media providing a closed feedback loop.
And then
there's no accountability. I mean, there's complicity.
And then their response to it is, oh, well, it's just a handful here, a handful there. And I'm like, that's a handful of people who have lost, whose votes have been canceled out. How is that not shocking?
And it's all ideological.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's totally
they're not in love with Hillary Clinton, but they are in love with her ideology.
Is he making progress right now?
Trump is, yeah. We're going to start to see a reversal if he can turn in the same kind of comeback performance tomorrow night that he did in the second debate.
Real quick.
He's got to start making headway tomorrow night.
All right. Charlie, Monica, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you.